This episode of the program is sponsored by Gray Chew. Gray Chew, they're giving us money for the program, and it's a nootropic of some kind, and also it's, in their words, helps with bedroom situations. It's you can only pay with Bitcoin and various other cryptocurrency as long as it's non-traceable. And thank you for our sponsor, Gray Chew.
Beat a kid in Walmart.
Hey, hi.
Welcome to the program. 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 Welcome to the program.
Program time. Program time. Yeah. And all the audio equipment is messed up already. Messed up already. Messed up already.
Welcome to the program. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the program.
Okay, that's enough.
Welcome to the program.
That's enough. That's enough of that. Hey everybody, welcome to the program. Somebody says, when are you releasing on Spotify? Oh yeah, brother. Yes.
We've been hanging and banging, brother.
Guys, welcome to the live program. Got a lot of crap to talk about today. Got some clips I want to play you. Got some very important clips I want to play you. Got some things I want to talk about. Got some movies we want to talk about. We're going to go back to our topics of treats and all of that garbage. But first of all, the first thing we do, because I'm a boomer who can't figure out how to use technology, is we ask everybody, is the stream working? Pian?
Hello.
Pian?
Hello.
Pian, is the stream working?
I can't see it. Whatever you're doing, stop it. Stop. I can't see it.
We have Pian out in the field. He is giving us a live report. Pian, is the stream working? Is the stream working?
There's no video.
No video.
There's no time, man.
There's no time. There's no nothing. So my stream is basically just a timeless, visionless void, is what you're saying.
The internet is a flat circle.
Oof. Pian, we got Pian here today. Pian is a really great, I would say, just contributor to the arts and to the world, because you created basically like a treat database. No, not a treat database, a movie database.
Movie database.
And people can just go. It's in the description of this video. They can go.
An IMD brain, if you will.
An IMD brain, except for like the problem with IMDb is that you can't like go and just type things in and put it in. But with your site, you actually can.
Yeah, and it's so easy.
Well, Pian, what is going on? What do you have for us today? And before we get started, I just want to let everybody know I do have a lot of things to talk about today. So please don't get your, Pian, you notice people get their panties in a twist sometimes, right?
They get their diapers in a knot.
Oh,
somehow.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how they do that.
A disgusting, a putrid knot, some people call it.
The twist in these diapers.
Oh, the Gordian knot of the diapers, people call it. Well, hey,
Gordian type.
the Gordian type. Pian, I'm sorry to always interrupt you. I always blabber on. What is up with you, and what do you got to tell us on the program today?
Nothing much is going on. All I'll say is that a little saint came down and visited me
Oh,
yesterday and hand delivered me a little painting
oh.
that they did of me.
Someone did a painting of you?
Yeah.
Is it
a little saint?
Is it a Discord member?
Mm-hmm.
You want to shout them out?
You may know her or
Hmm.
them as Shenanigans. Saint
Oh,
Shenanigans.
interesting. Yes, Shenanigans, one of the, I would say, highest contributors to the Discord. Wait, guys. Wait, guys. Hold on. Sorry, Pian. Hold on.
What? Who? What? Who?
We got a $10
Who?
super chat. Father of the North is here to rain dollar bills, y'all again. You papa. From Obsess.
Hell yeah.
Obsess is a very nice guy. I've been in
I like
contact with Obsess, and Obsess, if you can hear this, I want to talk to you after this. But anyway, Pian, this painting is of you?
Yeah.
Is it flattering? Are you proud of it? Or are you like, oh, I look decrepit?
Oh, I look great. There's a little like toilets like growing, and there's like clouds in the background, and toilets like plants
Mmm.
growing, and the colors are great. I love it.
Somebody says they want more loop pedal. Look, I'm not, what's the guy's name who does the loop pedal on YouTube? What's that guy's name? He's hunched over. He's always hunched over.
Mark Rebier?
Mark Rebier, that's right. I
Rebier?
just think of him as Hunch Boy in my brain because he's always hunched. He's hunched because
In
he's
his
always
underwear?
he's always in his underwear, and he's hunched because he's always pressing all those buttons and all those pedals. But anyway, Pian, do you have anything
He's got
else?
DJ back.
He's got that DJ back, the hunchback of the DJ booth. Some people call him. Well, Pian, do you have anything else, or do you want me to get rid of you and flush you into the outer limits of the internet?
You may flush me into the void. Have a good night.
Goodbye, Pian. I love you, and let's talk soon. I want to, you always got something going on, and go to Pian's website. There's a link below. I'll talk to you later, Pian.
Bye-bye.
Good guy. He was like in and out. He's in and out. He's just like, I want to give a shout out for this cool painting that I got. And I will say, after that,
Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.
Porn can lead to demonic possession.
Make pee-pee. Make pee-pee.
Yeah! Mark Riviere!
Hey guys, it's me, Mark Ribier. It's Mark Ribier. Just want to say, I love the podcast. Keep doing what you're doing. From markribier.com. Mark Ribier. My name is Mark, and I'm all hunched over. I'm all hunched over.
I'm all hunched. My name is Mark. I'm all hunched over.
okay, that's enough. Stop. That's enough. Let's talk to Ninja. Mark Ribier really is hunched over. Somebody's got to get that scoliosis checked out on his back. Ninja?
Yes, sir.
Hi, how are you, Ninja?
I'm doing quite fantastic tonight, honestly.
Hi.
Very good. What is going on with you? That's A. And B, what do you got for us tonight? What do you want to share with us? What do you want to tell these people listening and watching?
I'm a regional champion for cheerleading, my man.
Ooh, you do cheerleading?
That, in fact, I do.
And you're going to the regional championships?
Well, state now, we won regionals, so we're moving on.
Let me ask you a question here, okay? And this is probably the first question you get. You guys doing that pyramid?
Yes, we are.
Oof. You ever collapse? You know, whenever I see that pyramid, like on a show or a movie, they collapse, and then they all laugh. Right? Do you guys ever do that?
Well, there is a lot of laughing. We had a pretty big struggle this year, mainly because of, COVID and everything. Didn't get a lot of practice, but
Oh,
we made it. Yeah, we don't particularly fall too much. We're pretty consistent.
Do you could call it the COVID triangle. You guys all coughing all over each other on that triangle. Do you guys have to when you do cheerleading, do you have to wear a mask or how does this work?
So not like while we're on the mat, they don't make us. Pretty much everyone on our team is vaccinated as well, which is very nice, very nice.
Can
Also,
you
I hope I'm not echoing too bad. If I am, I'll
No.
grab.
Oh, to the contrary, my friend, you sound perfect. I was going to ask you, do you have any cheers that you could share with us? Like any interesting cheers?
Hmm. I
Can we
got
make?
you. I got you.
Oh,
So
good. Do
the
it. Do it.
beginning, we go. Let's go Generals. Let's go Generals. That's us.
That's you guys cheer. That's it. Let's go, Generals.
No, it's a lot more, but man, I'm struggling to think right now. It's a lot of multitasking going on, you know.
How about
Gotta
this?
learn to be
I got to
non.
cheer. I got to cheer for you. Maybe you guys can use this one. Let's
Gotcha.
go, Generals. Don't be like those Southern Confederate generals, though, because they were bad. What do you think?
Yes, sir. I like that one.
You might use that one. Do you guys do any of that? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, da, da. Do you do that? Is that a cheer?
So, that it's a common misconception that cheer is kind of there's a lot of different divisions. So game day is the
Mm-hmm.
one in which you're doing all those cheers. What we do is more so think of it like a gymnastics routine, except you're lifting people up. So it's about 2.5 minutes. And then we got a cheer that splits it down the middle. That's when we do our, yeah. But otherwise, it's just a lot of tumbling, stunting, that stuff. Tossing the
Mm.
girls up, catching them by their feet.
What's that old movie from the 90s? Somebody in the chat has to know this about what's it called? The movie? What's the movie called about cheerleaders? It's called like Step It Up or something. What's that movie called? Why am
Yes,
I-
we watched that. Yeah, we watched that on the one where like the guy tosses the big girl and then he falls on her or something like that.
Oh, why am I blank on the most obvious things nowadays. What is this cheerleader movie called? What is this
I
called?
think it might be. I think you're
Bring It
right. I think
On. It's called Bring It On.
Bring It On. Yes, we watched that freshman year on the bus
Uh-huh.
ride down to nationals.
Were you inspired by it, or were you like, I don't care?
Man, we were in the back of the bus. We were rocking it back there. We weren't paying much attention, I'll be honest.
You're very good. So do you enjoy this do you enjoy being a part of this squad, or are you like some of these people are holding me back? Some of these people don't have the amount of spirit that I think they could.
There are a few people like that, but generally everyone's pretty committed to it. And that's surprising because so typically our season's around 8 months. But just now it's been going on for a little over a year, just because everything going on. But
Somebody
the fact that everyone's
somebody
so
in the
committed.
chat, Ninja, somebody in the chat says that Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a cheerleader. Have you guys ever encountered any vampires in any of your cheering?
I can't say I have.
All right.
No.
All right. Well, last but not least, do you want to call anybody out? You want to call any of these of your associates on the squad out for not having enough spirit by name?
Yes.
Okay.
My man Colin. My
Colin.
man left the team in the middle of the year.
He left the team in the middle of the year.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, we had to rework the routine, man.
What a piece of garbage. Colin, if you're watching this, get your shit together, Colin. You leave the team. You leave them spiritless, you disgusting. You absolute goon. You goober. You lunatic. Well, Ninja, do you have anything else you want to say, or you just all pepped up about this success that you're having on the squad?
Well, I did have a treat that I was thinking about last time, but it's a
Oh my God.
little odd.
Oh my God.
No.
Let's hear
Where
it.
I'm from, my friend's dad makes this stuff, and it's pretty rare. I don't know if you're gonna find it anywhere. It's called Hotamizer. So essentially, what it does is it makes any food that you put it on spicy. However, it doesn't change the flavor.
Whoa. It's called Hotomizer?
Yes, I've had spicy cookies before, Chips Ahoy. I've had spicy ice cream. It's pretty intriguing.
I hate to say this, but I think that's one of the ingredients of Blue Chew and Gray Chew. This sounds good. But you're saying this is hard to find, Hotomizer?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Extremely. I tried to find somewhere to look for it, and I found a patent for it before I ever found anything.
You ever sneak some of that into some of your squad members' food, and then you wait around the corner for them to taste it, and they go woo! They're like a cartoon. The fire comes out of their ears.
I did prank my cousin one time.
Ooh.
I made French toast and then I put it on there. He asked
Oh.
for water.
You're sick.
Yeah.
You're sick, Ninja. Well, I'll look for I'm gonna look for Hotomizer, and maybe you could come back and we'll do a review of it. Okay.
Gotcha.
Good luck on your successful squad. What is it called? You're going to regionals?
We're going to state now.
Oh, you're going to state. Well, congratulations. Yeah. Will you post some pictures or something in the Discord?
I will for sure.
All right. Good luck, Ninja, and do not fall off that pyramid, and don't cough COVID cough into any of your squad members' faces. Okay.
I'm sure.
All right. Bye. Good guy. Doing his cheers, showing his spirit. We're already really proud of him. Ninja. I don't know how he finds time to do that when he's doing that video game streaming crap that he does. Very interesting stuff, guys. That's all I have to say.
My name is Mark Ribier.
Okay, enough making fun of Mark. He's a good guy. Hey Ryan, I left you a voicemail about an hour ago.
Never heard of it. I didn't get a voicemail from you. But I will check. My voicemail.
My name is Mark Ribier, and I'm doing my loops. And there's nothing you can do, 'cause I have a lot of views.
That's enough. Kimberly? Turn your mic off mute, or you'll get the boot. Kimberly, this is your big chance. Kimberly is acting like a Ninja's squad, cheer partner who just bailed. All right, Kimberly, you get the flush.
I swear.
Oh, Kimberly! Oh my God!
I'm not doing it. No.
Kimberly, I was literally I was about to release the click button from dragging you back into the toilet area, and then you said your beautiful voice said hello, and here you are. Wow.
I never said hello. That's a lie.
Oh man. Well, whatever you said,
Don't lie to me.
you came in right under the wire. It's like when Indiana Jones grabbed his hat before that thing closed.
I was like about to slide under the thing, and then I was like, oh shit, my hat.
Did you hear that dude Ninja talking about his drama with his cheerleading squad? What do you think of that?
With fucking Colin? Was it Colin?
Yeah. Okay, guys, for this episode, the enemy of this episode is that Colin guy.
Colin.
He bails. You know what he probably did
Who's
it for?
it?
He probably got into like a romantic relationship, and he's like,
You know what?
nah, I'm gonna
He probably
abandon
never
my friend.
showers.
He never
probably doesn't
showers.
shower.
Nope.
Not muscular.
No.
Wasting all of our time. Truly.
Colin's a huge waste of time and a big disappointment to everyone, including his family, and his parents are going to
That's
get
what
a
I've heard.
divorce. His parents are getting a divorce after this.
I've heard that, actually. I saw it on the news.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Kimberly, other than trashing children, what do you got for us tonight on the program? Thank you.
No.
Oh, man. So I was really excited to see that you covered Dave Ramsey. I live very nearby him. I live in Tennessee, very close to the
Ooh.
Dave Ramsey compound.
Oh,
and
no.
I have a lot of tea. I want to spill it. I don't know if you know about Dave Ramsey the way that I know about Dave Ramsey. And I just want to know what you know about Dave Ramsey.
I've read the stories, the kind of bigger stories. I think the ones that the Daily
Like
Beast
with the
published.
gun and...
No. These are the stories I know. These are the no. You. It sounds like you know way more than I do. I know the stories about him forcing his employees to not wear a mask, and that's about it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So apparently, to interview at Dave Ramsey's company, Ramsey Solutions or whatever the hell it's called.
Wait, hold on a second. Why do people just put solutions on the end of everything? Oh, I work for Jeffrey Epstein Solutions. Like, you just put it on the end of everything. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
He's solving you not being a pedophile. So he, like, when he does his interviews, he makes you bring your spouse. And your spouse has to interview, and you have to show him, like, a budget of how you're going to spend your money. And basically he's like, what if we only paid you 25 grand to do this job? How would you budget that? And then you have to sign off showing that you would, like, do this budget for him. And you're also, like, required by his company to adhere to his quote unquote Christian values. Oof. And he's fired a bunch of people, and he's been sued by a bunch of people.
You have a mental health problem
for not adhering to his quote moral code. So, like, he's currently being sued by a former employee who he fired for being pregnant out of wedlock.
Ooh.
And he also has apparently brandished guns at meetings. And I don't know a whole lot about that, but that happened.
He is truly, like, I get the vibe, like, not just from the stories, but you can tell when you kind of watch his show that he really wants to be a cult leader. Like, he's got that.
He is a cult leader.
Yeah. He's got that written all over him, that guy.
He, like, I guess he's, like, super involved in all of his employees' lives in a way that is not okay for your boss to be involved in your life. Children, if your boss is, like, telling you what to do not at work, tell them that you don't want to work for them anymore because they're crazy.
Yeah, exactly. He is really, like, a living example of some of the flaws with this system that we live under, is that people just really lose their minds with this. He's like a little mini authoritarian, that guy.
He is. He's a crazy person for sure.
He's a full-on, hold on. I have to read this. Ramsey pays you $25,000, then advises you to go out and make more money. Exactly. Jeff Arnold, exactly. That's all his advice on that show was like, hey, you might want to make more money. You might want to try making more money or start a business. It's like, oh, thanks, Dave.
You know how you owe a lot of money? You should pay that all back. You should just pay off your loans, you idiot. What are you doing?
What do you do? You know what else? Some of these expenses you have, like you'll buy a coffee. Instead, put that money toward the debt. Thank you. Now pay me $120 for my VIP website membership.
You know what you don't need to live? Hardly anything. You could just eat rice and beans forever. If you just eat rice and beans for the rest of your life, you could pay off all your bills.
Do you think that video that they uploaded where the lady was, one of her daughters was a 1%er,
where her children were socialists?
Yeah, they're socialists, but one is a multi-millionaire, and then another one is making about 50 grand a year, and she says they're both socialists, and then now she doesn't want to put them in the will. Was that a fake call, do you think?
That was a real call. Only because my partner's mom would say the exact same shit.
Oh boy. But
also, I wanted to know, what was she going to do with it if not give it to her kids? Was she going to give it to a charity? Because sounds a little socialist to me, being charitable.
That's redistribution.
What are you going to do with it?
You're gonna put it right into that redistributive system of charity. No, she sounds like one of those lady who's gonna give it all to her dog, like her Pomeranian when she dies or something. Anyway,
her dog's like on death's door also.
I got a story about that too. But Kimberly, will you keep us updated on the ground over in Tennessee? What's going on with that lunatic?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, cool. We got to get you some like spy gear, like binoculars and camo, and you'll like look into his compound and stuff.
I'll see if I can get into Governor's Club,
Oh,
go play golf with him.
Kimberly, you are an amazing new addition to the show, and I want to talk to you soon, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was cool. We got somebody on the ground taking a look at this the absolute lunatic. Man, his videos literally like creep me out. Like I get a like, oof, oh boy type feeling. And you could tell like everybody, all those like, you know, young people that he hires, including his daughter to like be on the show, are like walking on eggshells around this lunatic. Unbelievable. Weaponized?
Weaponized? Are you there? Weaponized? Weaponized?
Hello.
Hey, Weaponized. It's me, Greg. Welcome to the Greg Show, where we talk about what supplements should you take. You know, stuff like that. Cancel culture. What's Joey Coco Diaz up to? Stuff like that. Are you down with it or no?
Sure, that sounds interesting. I don't know who that guy is, but you know.
I'm sorry about that. Weaponized. It's just Greg's. He's still.
It's
I think he got a Spotify membership just to watch Joe Rogan.
Oh, he's one of those people.
He's really into Joe Rogan. He gets a lot of his like health advice and just general life advice from Joseph Rogan. But anyway, Weaponized, I'm so sorry. What's going on with you? What's going on with you today?
Not much, honestly. I wasn't expecting to like get yoinked in here. I was like, you know what? I'll just idle and see what happens.
Ooh.
So I wasn't really thinking of anything to say.
It isn't.
But here I am. Hello.
Okay, Weaponized. Sounds good. I'm glad to hear from you. And are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. How about you?
Did you hear about that Colin guy?
Yeah, I mean, what an asshole. He's like just in the middle of the season. It's just like
in the middle of the season. Okay, let's visualize what Colin did, okay? Just picture this, okay? You're forming a human pyramid, and then one of the bottom rungs, one of the foundations just goes out. That's what Colin did. Everybody collapses.
Just in the middle of practice.
Just in the middle of practice. Yeah, I hope that guy. Frankly, I hope he tells the principal on Colin. I hope he rats him out and he gets
a commitment.
I hope he goes to juvie. I hope
the commitment.
I hope he goes to juvenile hall. That Colin. All right, Weaponized. Yeah, I'll talk to you later, and I love you. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
See you.
Very good. That that nice person who was talking about how she spies on Dave Ramsey. She was talking about decrepit dogs. I used to live with these two decrepit dogs. And this isn't a joke. I lived with these two decrepit dogs. They were like housemates dogs. And these were the two worst dogs. I love these people that I lived with, but their dogs were horrendous. One of them was like 10 years past death. And this dog would like hide in the bathtub all the time. Just like I would go into the bathroom and the dog would just be there in the bathtub, just looking at me, blinking at me. And then the other dog was a tiny dog that got almost eaten by like a larger dog. And then it was just walking around all like weird. So 2 decrepit dogs. The one that got bit recovered though, so that's good. Paul, are you there?
Hello, my friend.
Paul, hi, how are you? You're coming in very strong. I like that.
Yeah, no Bluetooth headphones to fail my first try again.
No Bluetooth headphones and no Blue Chew headphones.
There you go, Blue Chew.
Blue Chew.
Exactamente. What's going on, Paul?
Dinner and chilling with a cold pepino lime.
Ooh, I got one of those too. Some people do Netflix and chill. You're doing dinner and chill.
Well, I'm doing RM Brown's stream and chill.
Hell yeah. Somebody says 2 Decrepit Dogs is my favorite sequel to 2 Stupid Dogs. Very good. Dogs need their own toilets. That's true. Well, Paul, what is up? What do you got for us tonight on the live stream program?
So I've had toilets on the mind lately, as is necessary for members of the toiletist movement.
Toilets.
And in my research, I've been thinking a lot about where we could expand our movement. And throughout my search, one mind has stayed in the back burner. Japan. Now, this is not just the inner weeb speaking here, because if there's one thing that I know about Japan, they're all about the toilets. If you've ever heard of a brand called Toto,
Oh yeah, you're right. How did we not think of this? Japan is like so far ahead on the toilet game. They have been for decades.
Exactly.
Toilets.
A bidet toilet, originally an American design, but Japan perfected it.
Oh my God, you're right. You're right. Remember, this was made fun of like, oh my God, probably like what, like 20 years ago? 20 years ago on The Simpsons. Remember The Simpsons went to Japan?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, exactly.
They were kind of goofing on the toilets. It was like the toilet was like doing a laser light show and stuff.
Yeah, and then apparently it had a hidden camera. Oh,
beautiful.
The
okay,
scars that the Simpsons were left with that day.
Beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
So you think there needs to be some sort of Japanese influence on the toiletist movement?
Yeah, we need to get some Japanese outreach here. And seeing as I am Benkyou Shiteiru, the old Nihongo, perhaps I could hopefully translate the tenets of toiletism eventually, and we could get some outreach going there. We get a movement going there. We get a movement going there in Japan, and we'll have Ruho Ogawa running in seconds. He won't be able to stop the flushing of happy science.
Is One Punch Man a toiletist, you think?
One Punch Man?
One Punch Man, yeah. Say it right.
I haven't really detected any toilets in One Punch Man that I'm aware of. Maybe I need to rewatch it or something.
All right. Okay. Well, I like this. I like this direction it's taking, and I will be in contact with you, and we're gonna reach out to. No, we're gonna translate. We're gonna translate some toiletist writings into Japanese.
All right. Hit me up when you're ready.
All right, Paul. I'll be in touch, and bye. It's a good idea. Got to branch out. The Toiletist International. I like that. Vince? Now we got Vince. Finch. Hello? The Toiletist International. Oh boy, I can hear my dumb, irritating voice. I can hear my irritating voice in the background. Somebody in the chat put One Punch Man. Juan. Juan Punchman. Juan Punchman.
Oh man. Hey, you still have that smooth jazz background music? I want to narrate over it.
Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. It's playing.
Smooth jazz on RMB Radio, featuring the Muscular Roundup Band. Brought to you by Great Shoe Financial Solutions. That's Gray with an E. And Mighty Toilet, your best super flushing machine. And Vincent Gallo Non-Fan Club. Who said it first?
Very good. Very good. You did a little bit of a radio, what do they call that? Where they like talk over the music?
It's, yeah, when you have enough Great Shoe to enunciate your dips.
Hell yes. Well, Vince, what's going on with you? What do you got for us tonight on the program? Thank you very much.
You know, I've been practicing a lot of my Zizek hand gestures, and I think I got it.
Really?
It's a little bit of a nose picker, and a little bit of like 2 finger pointing.
Yes.
With each hand.
And he does a lot of shirt fixing too. He's always like kind of adjusting his shirt.
I love that one. It's like a little bit of like a flapper on the collar.
Have you looked
That's the
up?
best one.
Have you looked up Franco Berardi yet? He's the Italian Zizek.
Oh right, I remember you mentioned it. Nice. That's funny. Like, do you think that each country produces at least one Zizek per millennium or something?
Yeah, I think that's the case. If we looked hard enough, we could find a Zizek in every country.
If there was a god, this is what God would produce as the Renaissance man of our time. I wonder now, like, who's the American Zizek? You know, that would be if he can find who it is and elect and vote on who it is. I'd love to know.
We already know the Canadian Zizek is Jordy Peterson. So who would be the American Zizek? That's a good question. Well, if anybody, that's the question of the night. Somebody's saying Richard Wolff. I don't know about that one. I don't know about
Dave Rubin.
It's Dave Rubin. It could be Dave Rubin.
Make pee-pee.
All right.
A lot of ideas.
We'll figure this out by the end of the night. Well, Vince, you got anything else going on, or should I throw you into the toilet?
I caved in and I bought one of David Paxton's products.
You did? Which one?
The Magic Spoon cereal.
Oh, did you put in his coupon code?
I put in the coupon code. He's got a little bit of my cash now.
Oh, you know he's just gonna spend it on Blue Chew.
I know. I'm kind of I'm an enabler, and I admit it openly.
Well, I've had Blue Spoon. What is it? Blue Spoon. I've had Magic Spoon before. Which flavor did you get? The cinnamon?
Oh no, we got the birthday cake flavor.
Ooh, is it good or disgusting?
Seriously, dude, like probably one of the best cereals I've had.
Yeah. Do you think they're
I don't mean to plug it, but you know, it ain't bad.
Oh, Vince, if I find out that you work for Magic Spoon, I'll be very disappointed in you. Very disappointed, sir.
No.
I know I sound like I'm plugging their product in here, but if you look at the my Discord profile, you'll see a coupon code. Just enter the coupon code. Thank you.
Unbelievable. This guy just using the program. You think they're faking it, Magic Spoon? You think there just is a bunch of carbs and sugar in there? They're like, no, it's fine. It's fine.
I can taste something, and it ain't sugar. So we'll see.
Oof. All right, Vince. I will talk to you soon.
All right, have a good show. By the way, one thing.
Yes.
What are you drinking?
Pepino.
Okay, enjoy Pepino. Have a great show. I love you. Bye.
Love you, Vince. Bye. Good guy right there. He had to do a drink check. Let's see what the chat is going on and on about. I thought JP was the Canadian Kermit. Yeah, that's true. Actually, speaking of him, I got a little thing that we can watch for Jordan Peterson. Let's watch a Jordan Peterson clip. Not sure how this came up. There's the back end of my thing, and there we go. Okay, here we go. Jordan Peterson clip. Him on RT. Here we go.
In your book, I think about Beethoven. Certainly the art that you've chosen to mention, to quote in the latest book, Blake, known for his revolutionary sympathies, Wordsworth, the earlier Wordsworth, of course, supporting the French Revolution. I brought into my home, actually, some French Revolution.
Uh-oh. This is already not looking good for... This interview is already not looking good for...
Hi.
This guy, here we go.
Revolutionary art here, David, Delacroix, Goya, Pollock, a member of the Communist Party, Picasso, a member of the Communist Party all his life, refused to give up the card even when he heard about the Soviet Union.
No.
Why do you think so many artists, writers, musicians would go against your, and you'll probably mention what they are, rules 6, 11, 12, 7, 4. Art, music, these are by revolutionary, often those sympathizing with the works of Karl Marx.
Well, I think that whenever artists subjugate their art to politics, they're subjugating the higher to the lower. it's almost always
No.
a mistake. I mean, we don't remember Picasso because he was a communist. His political interests, in some sense, are of no more interest than anyone else's political interests. He didn't have anything to say as a communist that 150,000 other communists couldn't say.
I just want to read this to you. Look, guy got backed into a corner on TV. You know, that's tough. But this is from Picasso. Quote, "My joining the Communist Party is a logical step in my life, my work, and gives them their meaning." He's like, it doesn't matter that he was a communist, but not according to Picasso. According to him, it was like the whole thing. And I was thinking about this. He goes on and on. He's talking about how like it drags their art down, the politics of artists. It drags it down. But this is so dumb. And another obvious example of this, on the last stream, we talked about Bong Joon-ho, the movie Memories of Murder. And Memories of Murder is a beautiful twist on a detective movie. Because instead of just glorifying detectives and saying detectives are the good guys, Bong Joon-ho did this thing in Memories of Murder where he said, no, look, they're human and they're deeply flawed. And a lot of what these guys do is just cause more problems. And that's what happens throughout Memories of Murder. Those guys cause nothing but problems, those detectives. Going after the first serial killer in South Korea. And in other words, that art wouldn't have been as good without Bong Joon-ho's politics influencing the art. So, look, I'm stating the obvious here. Jordan Peterson, a useless guy, as always. Goodbye. He gets flushed down the
toilet,
and he makes me sick. I'm just kidding. Kyle Hopper. It's Kyle.
It's Kyle. Get Kyle on the show.
Kyle, I'm trying to make up a theme song for you.
Nice.
Kyle, can you give me a second? I'm trying to do this theme song.
Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
Kyle. He's on. Gonna break things down for you.
Okay, Kyle, what do you think?
It's good. I like it.
I want there to be, whenever you come on, there's a theme song sort of like plays you in. So there you go.
Good, thank you. And my biggest issue with that previous clip is Picasso, he says.
You're giving him a hard time. You're giving this poor.
I know. I'm giving him a little bit of a hard time. Yeah, maybe that's how Canadians say it. If
this
one
poor
of the community
fossil.
member Canadians could
You give him a hard time just for being Canadian. Unbelievable.
Well, that reminded me of Jordan B. Peterson. This was actually from like a month and a half ago, but I somehow just became aware of it, that he had retweeted. I don't know if you saw this, where he retweeted Bernie had posted, maybe it's a radical idea, but I believe a job should lift workers out of poverty, not keep them in it.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Jordan B. Peterson retweeted it with, "Start a business, Bernie, and hire some workers."
He really is like the most simple guy. Like he's a very simple man. He's a very, very simple man.
Simple man. Yes, he is.
Oh, sorry, Kyle, but I gotta read a quick super chat from Shenanigans. Vadim is in the lobby and he has to leave soon. Oh, damn. Okay, well, we will get him on. I apologize.
I was gonna tell you that. I was gonna tell you Hakeem was in the lobby.
Oh my God. Well, Kyle, what's going on? Do you want to talk about something important today or on the next show?
We can. I mean, if you want to get to Vadim since he's got to leave soon, that's fine. We can talk. I mean, there's not much to. I mean, it lost. Prop B was passed in Austin.
Basically,
so, I mean, there's
Prop B is like it's illegal to have like a homeless. Basically, it's illegal to be homeless in Austin now.
Basically, it's you'll get fined essentially for being homeless. If it appears like you're living wherever you are, then you get fined. Like if you're living as someone without a home, you get fined for that, and inevitably can't, unlikely to pay your fines and get warrants and end up in jail and so on.
People who are homeless tend not to be able to pay fines. Very, very odd how that works.
Yeah, it's weird. They seem to be one of the worst. They're the worst kind of people to pay their fines. It seems
it's a group that you're least likely. There a lot of research has been done on this, but I was walking through my neighborhood and I saw somebody next to a school posted up a flyer. It was a pro Prop B flyer, and it was basically showed a bunch of like pictures of drugs, and then a lot of scary looking stuff. And
I mean that's kind of the politics of the right, is like shit that's scare. Like how can we scare some people?
Exactly.
What's the scariest angle on this?
Exactly. And what was probably even worse about it though is that on the flyer it said like, this isn't actually going to help the root problem of homelessness. And it's like,
that's all you need to know.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, look, like, I mean, there's a lot we can do, and a lot of there is some stuff that Austin has done to try to help homeless people, like we've talked about before. But absolutely, just fining people and throwing people in jail and having the cops harass them is not going to do the root cause stuff of having them have an income and a social safety net and all this stuff. It's absurd. It's ridiculous.
A great point a friend of mine pointed out on Instagram earlier was that the $1.75 million that was spent on that campaign, they could have bought over 2,000 community first village like tiny homes with that, and housed everyone basically.
Unbelievable. And the thing is, like, people might think that we're talking about local politics here, but we're not. This is
at least national politics, if not. I mean, this could be we could make an argument this is global politics.
Absolutely, and at very least, it's a micro version of a bigger issue of how the sort of like non-solutions that they come up with these social problems.
Right.
All right.
Well, before you flush me, I know you got to get to Hakeem. Somebody had mentioned Japanese toilets earlier, and it reminded me of this little book I have. It's more of an essay. I mean, I guess it's a book, but it's like a little tiny pamphlet book, and it's a really good one. It's called "In Praise of Shadows" by I don't know how to say his name, Junichiro Tanizaki. And it is basically the first half of the book. He's just praising Japanese toilets in like very fine detail.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. What's the name of this book again?
It's called In Praise of Shadows. I actually learned about it because of one of my favorite contemporary artists that goes by the moniker Puma Blue, named his most recent album after it, In Praise of Shadows. And so, yeah, he's basically, the book is about, he's praising like old school Japanese architecture, and it's just basically a love note to Japanese architecture. But he spends at least the first quarter of it just praising Japanese toilets.
Oh man, we got to get on these. We got to get on these toilets that we have in the United States are not cutting it anymore.
No, they're not. We certainly there needs to be, I don't know if there already is this or not on the Discord. I'm a bit of a boomer when it comes to the Discord and such, but there ought to be a list, if there isn't already, of like just toiletism that has already, like, of course there's the toiletist works that the community is making, that your community is making, but we should also have a list of toiletists, of like early pre-toilet works that have been done.
Yeah, somebody has brought up the most obvious one, which is the Duchamp toilet, which is a little bit on the nose.
yeah.
But
Right.
but yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. We need
On
to
the nose is cool though.
we need to
Yeah.
sort of just go back in time and throughout art history and just sort of say, oh, this is a toilet, like rewrite history, you know, like, oh,
Right.
he was
Yeah.
doing toiletism, and people are like,
Right.
art teachers are like, what is that? What are you talking
We'll
about?
call it it'll be pre-toiletism.
Pre-toiletism. Very
Yeah,
good,
that'll
Kyle.
all be yeah.
All right,
All
Kyle.
right, well, yeah.
I'm gonna flush you. I'm gonna flush you right now, but I want to say one last thing to you. Did you hear about that guy Colin?
I did. It's unbelievable.
Piece of garbage, right?
Yeah.
All right.
It disgusts me.
Kyle, I'll
Yeah.
talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Good guy there. Good guy. Okay, Vadim has to go early, so we'll talk to him. Vadim?
Hey,
What
what's going on?
up?
Robbie Brown, what's going on?
What
So-
up?
sir?
What up, Vadim? How are you? Good to hear from you. Thank you for talking to me. And how are you and what's going on?
Well, I wasn't gonna call in because I'm up to stuff, and honestly, I've been calling a lot lately. It's starting to get a little weird. Have you ever seen Oliver Stone's talk radio?
With what's that guy? The guy who was in Uncut Gems.
Eric Bogosian?
Eric Bogosian, yes. That is,
Yeah.
you know, that is a underappreciated. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna read this really quick, but we'll get right back to that. So somebody put a super chat, but I actually just lost it.
Yeah, you got to read that.
Damn it, I lost it. I'll find it eventually. But yes, I haven't seen. I watched talk radio probably like a decade ago, and I remember thinking that, wow, this is an underappreciated Oliver Stone movie.
It is an underappreciated Oliver Stone movie, but I feel like that's a pretty low bar because I think most of his movies are incredibly overrated. I think he's only made one truly great film.
Let me
and
see
that's
if I could guess which one you think
Oh.
is the best one.
Okay, go for it. I mean,
You
go
know
for it.
you know I'm gonna guess JFK.
No.
Oh, let me think. Platoon.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Platoon. Good choice. Good choice.
But Platoon is a legitimately good film. Salvador isn't that bad either, but that's is probably elite. And then,
dude,
he wrote the screenplay for Scarface as well. Which
He did. I was actually pretty inspired. I read his autobiography. I think it's called Chasing the Light. And he talks about, he was a really hard worker as far as script writing goes. He would literally wake up and just write all day and all that kind of crap. But that's the least interesting part of that book. The most interesting part of that book is his James Woods stories, which James Woods was just like a nightmare. Like, he just talks about, he was like a total diva, and he was always like doing these like scams behind the scenes to like get parts in his movies and stuff. Oh man, James Woods, total rat, that guy.
I'd love to read like James Woods, because I'm not I do not like Oliver Stone as a human being, probably because I mean in some ways some of his politics are commendable, but he popularized like JFK is responsible for popularizing conspiracy theories in a way that just, I mean, it probably would have happened regardless, like, where we're at now with conspiracy culture, but that, I mean, a lot of people don't even realize just how baseless the JFK conspiracies are. But anyway, look, I came here to talk about a specific for a purpose.
Yes.
To tell you okay. So as much as I'd love to talk about Oliver Stone all day, I earlier today I was listening to the very beginning of your video on Matt Walsh, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And most of the time, I'd say about 90% of the time, or 98% of the time that I've listened to your videos, I've been conscious, but I fell asleep while I was listening to that video. Not because you're boring by any means, but I was just tired. And I have a habit of going to sleep listening to things, and then it affects my dreams.
Ooh.
So I had this dream that you were in that I really wanted to tell you about. And I have a question for you after I because I did not watch it conscious, I didn't rewatch it afterwards. So I had a dream that you were like, hey, Vadim, I'm like, I got a new job and it pays really well. I need someone to help me out with it. do you want to do this? And I was like, sure, I guess. And so it turned out what the job is that you were driving a blimp or flying a blimp.
No.
And you were paid by pet owners, cat and dog owners, to drop their pets out of the blimp in a parachute. And I had to follow you as you were doing this and like find where the pets landed. I guess this was like some sort of adventure. They were paying you not to deliver the animals so much as to give them the adventure of parachuting out of your blimp. And they were like dropping like very far away from the actual destinations, and it was a real pain in the ass to like drive to find them. And I was starting to get angry at you, and I was trying to call you, but you were not picking up your cell phone, and I started wondering about the legality of all of it as I was at the point that I woke up from the dream.
Vadim, did you eat some weird treat before you went to sleep? Did you eat like a weird sandwich that had some kind of hallucinogenic on it?
I did not eat a peyote sandwich today. That did not happen. But
that's an amazing. I have to say that's an amazing dream.
Yeah, it was a pretty. It was a little nerve-wracking, but it was kind of a fun dream at the same time. It was a really nice day, I could say that.
I've heard this thing. I was reading this thing that a lot of people are having more vivid dreams the past year. Have you noticed that? Or not really?
I mean, it's hard to notice how vivid other people's dreams are. So, my as for myself, I've always had pretty vivid dreams. I would say that because I actually have a sleep disorder that I've been dealing with recently, and making a video about that right now. And as a result, I would say my dreams have been more vivid in the past. So, but what is the reasoning? Is there some sort of like explanation given for that?
They don't know. I tried to read a couple articles about it, and a lot of that stuff, especially dreams, are still basically mysterious to a lot of scientists. But the theory is that it's when you're dealing with more stress, and a lot of people are dealing with more stress during the past, during 2020 and all that. Your dreams tend to become seem more real and more vivid when you're under more stress during your waking time. That's just one theory. Basically, the article I read was like, they don't know. Here's an idea, but they don't know. But it definitely was true for me. The last really vivid dream I can remember is I had like these really embarrassing dreams. Like I was in a dream I was in high school, and there was a girl I had a crush on, and we saw her. She like worked at a restaurant, but I was eating dinner with my mom, and I was like, I couldn't. Or like I was just really embarrassed that I was like eating dinner with my mom and the girl worked there. Like stuff like that. But it's just very real, It's kind of sick.
Over the course of most of my life, I've had like a pretty amazing like dream life. Like especially in my teens and whatnot, I had just these like incredibly I could lucid dream at that point for some reason. I'm not so good at that these days. Like lucid dreaming means like you can control what you're doing in your dreams. Mm-hmm. But I have only had one recurring dream in my life, and it's the most boring dream. It's the most boring concept for a for like a recurring dream. And so I'd like to tell you about it.
Yes,
I haven't had it in years, but when I was a kid, I never had cable. Right? This is reality. Okay, I never had cable, and I always really wanted it, but my parents just didn't want to pay for it and whatnot. All my friends had it, so I would always have these dreams where I was flipping the channel, and all of a sudden I realized, oh my God, I have cable. And it was, just like, wow, that came out of nowhere. But the amazing thing is that several years later, my family moved to a new house, and I was flipping channels, and all of a sudden I realized that we had cable.
Oh.
And so for a second, I thought maybe I was dreaming. But yeah, I've always been kind of ashamed because usually, like in movies, people have these like reoccurring dreams that are just like either intense, like in horror movies, or they're like idyllic. And yeah, I just my only recurring dream was just. I mean, I guess I still like. I guess the other recurring thing is like that cliche dream where you like are in school and all of a sudden you realize you're in your underwear or you're naked.
Mhm. Yeah, I have a lot of like school era dreams. There must be something going on with that. You know what I mean? Hold on. I keep forgetting to do these. Super chat 4.2 USD doinks up salute. That guy says. So that's good.
Cool. So I know you're like a movie fan. I just watched an interesting film yesterday that I've been thinking about a lot, and I was wondering if you had a chance to check it out. Black Bear? Have you seen this film?
That's so weird because every once in a while I listen to the Majority Report, and I know that Matthew Film Guy was one of the editors on that thing, right?
He was. I had no clue. That kind of makes sense because
It's
it
the
was
one
made
with
in New
Aubrey.
York.
It's the one with Aubrey Plaza in it, right?
Yeah. So Matt Lech was. Are you saying?
No. There's a guest that Sam Cedar has on. They call him Matthew Film Guy. He's like, I don't know. He's like a film editor or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I've been meaning to see it. Is it good? Is it worth seeing?
I think it's definitely worth seeing. I did enjoy it, but I can see how it would be one of those polarizing films where people either really love it or hate it. And it's one of those films with, well, I don't want to give too much away, but I'll just say that there's a lot of it that is not very concrete, that is up for interpretation.
I like
and some
that.
People
I
just,
like that.
You like that? Yeah. Some
Yeah, I
people
like that.
inherently like. I have friends who just that kind of stuff drives them nuts, and they think from like from like a story point of view that it's a cop out. But I happen to like it. It definitely.
People are putting the they're putting the they're putting the ratings. Somebody says 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb and 90% on Rotten Tomatoes and 79% on Metacritic for Black Bear.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. Like I would think it's a film that critics would definitely enjoy. I mean, no matter whether you are frustrated by the story or not, I think it's pretty hard to kind of argue that it's a poorly made film. I mean, the performances are excellent, and it's at least doing something interesting.
Can I? It looks like somebody super chatted you a question. Hey Vadim, I don't know what this means. Did you ever end up at an Applebee's orgy? What does that mean? Is that a pervert asking a question? Should we permaban
that is going to haunt me till the end of time.
Oh my God! Here we go.
I was. This all stems from there's a podcast called The Drunken Peasants, and on New Year's, I was drunk off my ass. I had just come from Applebee's, and there were some. Oh my God. I didn't know I was going to get into this. There was there were a few like I guess trailer park girls that were there. One was kind of attractive, and the other two
Wait a sec.
were.
You were in New York City when this was happening?
No. This is Florida. I'm currently in Florida,
Okay.
and so basically they invited me along with like a few. They were like, hey, let's have an orgy, and I, being as drunk as I was oh my, why am I saying this?
Don't incriminate yourself. Don't incriminate yourself.
I was down, but it never happened. They did make out in front of me. One girl exposed her boobs, and
you can French kiss the guy next to you.
it sounds insane because see, this is the thing. When I told the story, a lot of people accused me of lying about this, and that would be an insane thing because people just assume that when I tell the story, or because of the fact that I omitted this, that I was saying that this happened. First of all, it was nearly.
Wait,
2
can I
a.m.
ask? Can I
It
ask
was-
really quick? Do people like bring this up to you a lot? Are they like?
Yeah.
This is sort of like
It's-
This is something that you'll have to deal with for the rest of your life.
I've made offhanded jokes about it because people bring it up all the time.
Oh, boy.
And people also accuse me of having
boy.
lied about it. But this is the thing that I really have to hammer home here. When this happened, not only was it close to 2 a.m. when the place was closing, but Applebee's have these outdoor patio areas. And so this was happening sort of in the dark area. There was no one else there. It's not like this was like when I told the story, I omitted that aspect of it, and so in people's minds it might as well have been occurring in during lunchtime when it was packed, like in the middle of the bar. But no, it was in an area that was like out of eye shot of all the customers, and barely anyone was there to begin with at this point. So yeah, alas, the orgy did not ever happen, but a lot of people accuse me of making that story up for some reason. And yes, it happened. There are deaths.
Just so you know, this is a family program, and you are now perma-banned from the show for this story. And I'm very concerned about this. But I'm gonna have Vadim, I'm gonna have to flush you. But will you come back next episode?
Probably not. But I'll be back soon enough.
Get around to
I had to just call in to tell you about that dream. Okay.
Keep having good dreams like that. I want to hear more about these because that's a very creative dream.
Okay. Yeah. Have a good one, man. And everybody else that's watching, I hope the rest of your day is nothing short of a nonstop pleasure and a sheer sensation.
Love you, Vadim.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Good guy. I hope. Do you hear that story? It seems like he gets into a lot of trouble. I hope he's taking care of that cat. Right? I hope we don't have to call cat protective services. No, I'm just kidding. He seems like a really nice guy. The other thing I want to talk about, we will in a second, is there's more to this like crazy Matt Gaetz story, which at this point, like, it's not even news. Right? Like, at a point with this kind of like these creepy stories, it's just like, ugh, yeah, yuck, this guy. Like, get this guy some help, get a trial going. But I feel like when I read these stories now, I'm just like, I'm just watching like a Cronenberg movie or something. Let's talk to Jack Wagon. He needs a theme song of his own, I feel like. Jack Wagon.
Jack Wagon. He's on the wagon. He's wagging. Jack Wagon.
Jack? Jack, are you there?
I'm so very here.
Jack, how are you?
I'm excellent, Retro Modernist Brown. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Jack, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the program, but did you hear about that Colin guy?
I did hear about Colin and his disgusting decision to bail on his team.
It's just there's some people who are just decrepit and putrid. I would describe Colin as putrid, right?
He's a jackwagon. He's not this jackwagon, but he's a jackwagon too.
I like that. He's a total jackwagon, that guy.
Correct.
Total jackwagon. Well, that's the bad kind of jackwagon, but now we got the good kind of jackwagon, and that's you. Jackwagon, how are you? That's A. And B, what do you got for us tonight on the show?
Well, I'm very well, thank you. A few things really quickly, as long as we're talking about jackwagons.
Yeah.
From way back at the beginning of the streams, there was a discussion about the right-wing grifters as DC characters, and somehow Dave Rubin was given as Batman, which is an absolute insane suggestion. He's obviously Robin the Boy Blunder.
Yes,
And
I think he would be a good Robin. I think that somebody was saying that Steven Crowder should be Robin first, but I was like, no, he should definitely be Catwoman or one of the female characters because he's always dressing in drag or whatever, right?
Yes, I would agree.
Okay.
Poison Ivy maybe for
Poison Ivy. Oh, Poison Ivy would be really good. Wait, hold on, Jackwagon. Can you get that face closer to the mic?
Am I close enough now?
Yeah, that's better. I just want to make sure everybody can hear the beautiful and gorgeous things that you're saying. So who do you think should be Batman?
Well, thank you very much. It's clearly Shapiro. Benny Pepino would probably be the Batman.
You don't think Ben Pepino should be Robin?
No.
You don't?
No.
You don't think he perfectly fits a Robin?
No, I don't. I believe
he's probably the world's greatest detective, and the fact that he would be able to speak so quickly, he would solve the crimes in twice the time, or half the time, I should say.
What if he did the the Nolan Batman voice? I am Batman. But he's still talking really fast. This is Batman, and you're using logic. I'm using logic. So he's trying to do the gruff thing, but he still is speeding through his sentences.
Where's the trigger? Where's the trigger? No, you know something? No.
Who would be? Oh, and then you know what? The one that is perfect though is that Dennis Prager would be Alfred. Right?
Yes. No. Absolutely. 100%.
He's absolutely
100%. Okay. So quickly, I'll move to a film.
A film. Say it correctly. A film.
Films. Yes.
Films.
Someone had mentioned Hal Hartley a few weeks ago. I don't know if you've
I
seen
still
any of
haven't
his.
watched any Hal Hartley movies. Okay, but go ahead.
Here's a suggestion: Henry Fool.
Henry
is the name.
Fool.
And
That's
I believe with the toiletism in this community that it fits pretty well. It's about an author that thinks much more highly of himself than his actual ability should inspire. And
Okay.
he comes to live in a home. He kind of bounces around, couch surfs, and he lives with a garbage man. And this garbage man actually ends up being a fantastic writer. So the trash, the art combination, plus Parker Posey, indie darling Parker Posey.
Oh,
in the
Parker's in it
1997.
too.
Yeah, you'll definitely enjoy it.
I'm a big Parker. Okay, and this is a Hal Hartley movie.
That is correct.
And it is and it is called Henry Fool.
Yes.
Okay,
1997.
Kyle Hopper's all pissed off and foamed up in the chat. Kyle Hopper, $5. Why is your Pepino lime brown and Vadim is now the American Zizek? He said, yes. Have you seen this film? Yes, he is. That's a little bit of a deep cut for him. We need to find who really is the American Zizek. And then Kyle Hopper says, you missed my super chat. Sorry, Kyle. Okay, cool. So I'm going to check out Henry Fool for sure. I have on my list to watch some Hal Hartley movies.
Yes, and certainly as David Lynch would no doubt suggest, make sure to watch it on your phone.
Bullshit. That's bullshit. Bullshit. And then I saw an interview with Laura Dern, and she was like, it's like Laura Dern was talking about David Lynch, and she's like, for some reason he started calling me Tidbit. He's like, Tidbit. Just out of nowhere. He's a very odd guy.
Quite the character.
He's such a character. Well, Jack, you got anything else you want to shout out, or should I kick you off the program?
You can feel free to flush this jack wagon whenever you wish.
Bye-bye, Jack. Good guy. Good guy. Let's just take a quick look at this. Let's take a quick look at this bullshit right here. Bombshell letter, Gates paid for sex with minor, Wingman says. Man, yeah, this story really is. I mean, speaking of David Lynch, it really is. This whole thing is Lynchian when you hear those stories about this dude hanging out with that. And I don't know. Like, I almost feel bad reading about this stuff. Like, this is clearly like a troubled guy. But I guess you got to hear this from somewhere. That's my excuse. The Daily Beast has obtained a confession letter that Joel Greenberg wrote after asking Roger Stone. Of course, this guy's boring. Like, Roger Stone, it seems like he would be like a real bad guy or like a fascinating character because he's so creepy, but he's just boring. A confession letter written by, wrote after asking Roger Stone to help him obtain a pardon. Confession letter written by Joel Greenberg in the final months of the Trump presidency claimed that he and close associate Rep. Matt Gaetz paid for sex with multiple women, as well as a girl who was 17 at the time. So there's like a confession letter for this now, too. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. We'll come back to that. That is creepy. Let's check my stats here. Okay, looks good. I gotta learn how to use OBS better. Audacity. Let's talk to Audacity. Audacity? Audacity, are you even there?
Yeah.
Audacity. What are you doing? Where have you been all my life? Audacity.
I'm here.
Now he's here and he's trying to talk. He's trying to get on the program. Finally his mic works because he was on mute.
He was on mute.
I'm sorry, Audacity. I was trying to come up with a little intro music for you.
That was the best theme song anyone's ever made for me.
Well, it's all for you. It's all for you, Audacity. How are you, and what do you got for us tonight on this beautiful night?
I'm good. I'm just kind of winging it. I don't know. Like, I like how Vadim mentioned, I like how you guys were talking about dreams being more realistic the more stressed out you are.
Oh, yeah.
I used to work at this dispensary, treated me like complete shit, like the opposite of what you think the culture at a dispensary would be.
Oh.
And I would dream, like one night I went home and had a dream that I went to work and we were installing like a new POS software system.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my dream. I fucking woke up to go back to work.
Unbelievable. I think there's a part in Waking Life where one of the characters is like, have you ever had a dream that you're at work? It's not enough for them to take your daily hours. Now they're taking your sleeping hours too. Yeah. So you're dreaming. I had this. I worked at a restaurant years and years ago, and I would literally, the dream would continue where the shift left off. Unbelievable. So these people at this dispensary were treating you like shit.
Yeah, it's wild. I used to like average 12K in sales a week, and they would still always be like, why aren't you selling more? What's going on there?
Oh my God. Oh my God. These rats. So you were doing a good job, and they
used to steal our tips. I think that was the worst part.
They stole your tips?
They would steal our tips. It was insane.
Do you want to shout out any of the people who own the place? You want to call them a creep on the stream?
Shouts out Sean Stoltz and Alita. I don't remember her last name.
Sean,
you guys are creeps.
Sean and Alita, you're creeps. Shut that dispensary down. No one wants to buy your putrid weed. No one wants it. We all hate you.
Oh, it's so like wicked and toxic too, because there's a new like boutique drugstore culture coming up in California. Like, oh, this isn't a dispensary. It's a cannabis flower boutique.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Enough. All right, Mr. Fancy. It's a weed store. Calm down, right? You sell weed. Calm down. Did you ever want to say that to them? You sell weed. Chill out.
Oh, no, yeah, all the time. One time my HR lady like caught me blowing a cloud out in the back.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, hey, that's not, you're not smoking weed there, are you? And I couldn't tell if she was serious for a second, but just in case, I was like, oh, no, that's a nicotine vape. And she goes, oh, okay, good. Yeah, because you wouldn't buy alcohol from someone who is drunk, right? So you wouldn't want to sell weed when you're high.
Oh, my God. That's the only person you should buy weed from, because then you know it's good. They're not, they know their stuff. Well, look, I say to this dispensary, how dare you? You should be kissing Audacity's feet. He was making you 12 grand a month, right? A month or a week?
A week.
A week! Unbelievable. These people, they don't appreciate it. They deserve to have their heads dunked in a toilet, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Audacity.
It's almost, I would say, almost as bad as that guy Coleman leaving his cheer team hanging in the middle of the season.
Bunch of pukes, these people. Well, Audacity, I'm sorry you have to deal with these people, and I'll talk to you later.
Oh, all right. Have a good week, Arm.
Bye-bye.
He worked at a weed store, but they weren't that nice. So he had to quit.
And then he had some dreams about his weed store experience.
Now he calls them creeps on streams.
Calls them a creep, cause they took his tips. They took his tips, and then they dipped.
Okay. Very good. I hope everything turns out okay with Audacity. Uh-oh. Guys, this might be a little bit more of a serious part of the program, so I just want to let you guys know, get the kids out of the room. Get the kids out of the room for this part, because this is what we call the adult part. We got Davy Praxton.
You.
Davy?
R.M. Brown, you got me fired.
Oh, God. Davy, are you okay?
Because of you. You leaked those old... You got me canceled. And now all I have left is these 40 capsules of Blue Chew.
Oh, no. No, Davy, no. Davy, don't take all those. Davy! Davy, no! Oh, no.
I'm angry. Very angry.
Davy.
I'm coming, R.M. Brown.
You gotta get to the hospital. Dave, get to the hospital.
You will rue the day you messed with Davy Praxton.
Oh, God.
I have ascended above many levels above humanity.
Oh, jeez. Dave.
Like ants, I see you. Huh?
Dave, this is not healthy. You gotta get to hospital.
Actually, Blue Chew's a miracle drug. I mean, it's not a drug. It's a supplement, dietary supplement, and it's very healthy for you.
Your voice doesn't... You don't sound like you, David.
Only old people are gonna die, and you probably should be worried about that.
Oh, no. You're just repeating things that you've said on your show. It sounds like your brain's not working or something. Are you okay? Okay, Dave, go to the hospital. Go to the hospital. Go to the hospital. Oh, my God. Jeez. David Paxton, host of that show on over 1 million subscribers for his political channel, David Paxton, the David Paxton Experience. And man, when he comes on this show, he's not that person. He's not that guy, you know? Robot. We got Robot. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, Robot? How are you, dude? Hey, Robot, it's me, Greg. I'm the co-host of the R.M. Brown Show.
Okay, stop, dude. I'm sorry. Robot, are you there?
Yeah.
Ugh, dude, sorry about that. What's
fucking me up?
Ugh. Greg is literally not even really contributing anything. You know what I mean? Like, he's just kind of, he'll come in, he'll say something that's barely understandable, and then it's not even funny, you know?
I'm getting that vibe. I get it.
Ugh. Well, Robot, what's going on with you? What do you got for us tonight?
I have an agenda tonight. I want to talk to you about.
Yes, please.
So I'm watching lots of your stuff.
Thank you.
And there are lots of these guys out here, and they got their Timmy Pools, your Pepinos, and these are worthless people. They do not smile. They do not have fun.
Mm.
And I want to know, like, what's up with that?
What's up with these guys? What's up with these guys, right?
Okay, so Crowder, of all of them, is the only one who ever smiles. He ever laughs, which is the worst because he's the worst one of them all.
Yeah, he seems to be having a good time at least, right? Like what's this guy, Ben Pepino? He just seems to be, kind of checked out at this point. Actually,
he's just stuck in 1.25x chat speed.
Yeah, literally. He can't get off of this turbo talk. Remember the Micro Machines guy from the 90s or whatever? That's what Ben Pepino's doing, and he can't stop. His brain is like stuck in that. I do watch those videos to make fun of, and there are a lot of them where I'm just like, he really doesn't care about that. Like he'll read the script, but you can tell like he is kind of like disassociated from what he's saying a little bit. Like he'll put on, he's like, it's time to put on some of the Pepino pizzazz, and he'll talk really quick or whatever. But you can tell he's not really like engaging with what he's saying,
Right. There's people in the chat. They're talking about the skate park thing because the Surfs did. They went to the compound with Timmy Pool, the Timmy Pool compound.
Oh, the pool man, yeah.
And the dude's like buying $100 RC cars, and they're like ramping things into walls and like crashing things. And I don't think he smiled the whole time. It was.
You know what? This is further evidence of something that I've said, that I think the parents need to step in with Tim Pool. You know what I mean? Like, don't you
They
get that?
They got the bigger house on the heel, and they come down and like give him a talking to.
Time to come home, Tim. Time to come home. And they wrap him in a blanket and they put him in like a van.
They give Moonlord $20 and just send him on his way.
Do you know anything about that guy? What's that guy's story?
There's two of them, and they're twins, and you can only see one of them at a time.
Do they have their own like YouTube channel or something?
They have a secret language that they speak to each other off camera.
You're lying your ass off right now.
No,
is that true?
It's totally true. It's totally true.
All right, robot.
Hang on.
What?
I got one more thing. I got my superhero recommendation for right-wing talking.
What? Who is it?
It's Matt Walsh's Batman, because he's kind of dark and swarthy and nobody likes him.
Interesting. Matt Walsh as Batman.
He's just like sour and mad all the time, and he's got a mustache, I could think. So
he is dark. He does seem pretty depressed too. All right. Okay, yeah, this might work. We'll put him on the list. Matt Walsh as Batman. and his last name begins with a W, like Wayne. So it could be like Walsh Enterprises is his like parents' company or whatever.
He's like the dollar store, like you go to Dollar Tree and get the and it's Matt Walsh.
Like instead of Oreo, they have like, Omeo or whatever. Like he's like that. He's like that kind of dude.
He drives like a Dodge Charger that's just been lightly like changed a little bit. That's the Batmobile.
How would his parents? What happened? How did Matt Walsh's parents die?
Socialism, or probably socialism.
Yeah, right. They lived in the Soviet Union. His parents lived in the Soviet Union and they died there. Very good. All right, robots. Your connection's weird, but you come back later, okay?
Thanks.
Now that's what we call a good person right there. And we're really proud of that guy. Really proud of that guy. Okay?
No.
Let's see what else we got with this Matt Gaetz story really quick. From time to time, gas money or gifts, rent or partial tuition payments were made to several of these girls. Oh, God, this is turning into Epstein stuff, including the individual who is not yet 18. Oh, man, this guy's in big trouble. Man, who would have guessed that this guy's a creep? Who would have guessed? What a shocker. I would have never guessed. Optimus Prime Rib.
Optimus. He's feeling optimistic on the program.
feeling good? Are you feeling good?
Optimus Prime Rim. Where
You
are
can't see me,
you?
but I'm dancing.
Optimus,
Can you
what were
hear
you?
me?
I couldn't hear what you're saying. What did you say?
What? Oh, I said I was dancing to your song.
Ooh, I like to hear it. Optimus, what's going on with you? What can we do for you
Well,
tonight?
What can you do?
What can we all do? Or what do you want to share? What do you want to share with the community tonight?
I went to get my COVID shot today.
Oh. Did you have an
waiting-
adverse reaction to it?
No, but something really strange happened.
Oh, let's hear about it.
It was a drive-through site, right?
Okay.
So I pull up, giving them my info, get the shot, yada yada. I'm sitting in the observation line because we have to wait to make sure we're okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm starting to feel sleepy.
Mm-mm.
I start fading. I'm kind of like falling asleep a little bit.
Uh-oh.
The ground starts shaking.
Uh-oh.
I feel like a platform moving under my car.
Oof.
And I start descending into this parking lot.
What?
I'm like, what's going on?
Oh my God.
So after about 30 seconds, it opens up into this warehouse underground.
Oh no.
Just one big spotlight. And then out into the spotlight steps a mech. And inside of it, I can see a tiny head. And I'm like, that's Bill Gates.
Oh no.
So Mecha Bill Gates is there. I'm in my car. And he says I have to fight him.
Mm.
And so I was like, I don't have any weapons. I don't own a gun. I didn't bring a knife. I was trying to get a shot. I wasn't trying to fight Bill Gates.
Mm.
And so I had to use my acts of negotiation to convince him not to fight me.
Make pee-pee.
What I did is I just told him I had a Office 365 subscription. And he let me go.
He let you off the hook. He let you off the hook.
Yeah.
Very
having
good.
the Microsoft subscription is what saved me today.
Oh, thank God. You narrowly got away from that creep.
Yeah, he was doing some weird stuff, and I think that's what's causing him and his wife to get divorced is his obsession with trying to fight people in his mech suit.
I was going to say, if he's walking around in that mech suit all over the house, he's probably knocking a lot of crap over, and she's like, doesn't want to deal with that anymore.
Yeah, I think Melinda's just tired of it. She's got to go.
Oh, well, I'm really, you know what? We really got to just pray for Mr. Gates and Mrs. Gates, We really got to pray for them. They're in our prayers. They're in our prayers tonight.
Exactly.
We really feel sorry for them. Yeah, we really got to reach out and pray and have thoughts and prayers for the least among us, in society.
for the really lesser off,
That's right. That's right. For the undesirables of our society, we got to really just.
But that does go to show that, money's not everything.
That's right.
You can't save yourself with your money from everything.
Now this guy's just a lonely, old, weird man walking around in a mech suit, harassing people who just want to get their COVID shots.
I saw a video about his house and how teched out it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he can just create a robot wife. It's on the Jetsons or something.
Oh
I think
yeah.
he can do that.
Oh yeah. Could you imagine? He comes, Bill Gates goes on Sky News or whatever, and he's like, "This is my robot wife now." And she's like, "I love you." And people are like, "Oh," and now he's fully lost his mind. This guy.
Yeah, that could be what drives him off the deep end. This could be the moment where he becomes like the Lex Luthor character.
Oh, scary stuff. Well, Optimus, thank you for sharing this with us. We're all scared now, and I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, be careful out there. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, my God.
Everyone's scared. Everyone's scared. Everyone's scared. Everyone's scared.
Sick.
Make pee-pee.
Oh, my God. So, guys, is we are in the last 30 minutes of the program. So what are we going to do? Waste it. That's what we're going to do. Flush it right down.
Toilet.
I like to think of this as like Sam Cedar is naming things. So listen to this.
Toilet.
That's right, Sam.
Toilet.
Okay, yes, yes. M? M, are you there?
Uh-oh.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Hello. Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
How are you, M? What's going on with you?
Oh gosh. Well, okay, several things, I guess.
Let's hear it.
If you need to know.
Yes.
First off, okay, after your talk with Vadim Hakim,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I was gonna say, as like an animal healthcare professional, I would say that a dog cat parachuting business probably not as lucrative. So don't get any ideas.
Did you hear what he was saying? He was saying that he has. This is what I understood what he was saying, that he has a dream idea for a business, which is to throw animals out of a blimp. Can you believe that he would come on the stream and say this to me?
It's like stop giving me bad ideas like that. But
Ugh.
I mean, based on the type of meds that we need to prescribe dogs to go on airplanes, like I doubt that parachuting is going to be a fun excursion for them. Just
Ugh.
putting it out there.
They would be so nervous. They would be. You know how when cats, you put a cat in the car, a lot of the times they'll be like they'll make that like guttural meow. Could you imagine them like being dropped out of a blimp making that noise?
And you're the one driving the blimp too, so you're gonna have to deal with that.
Look, if Vadim can figure out a way to make this profitable, I might be interested, but I don't think he's got a fully fleshed out business idea here.
Like maybe if you need a little some kind of take a page from Jordan Peterson's book and give them some benzos, to
No.
keep them cool and calm, then maybe it could work,
Oh, poor Jordy. Poor Jordy. He can't get it together.
I know.
I kind of think that maybe, no, I'm not going to say this, but I feel like I wouldn't be totally surprised if a lot of the things that he says are just completely made up, like for his life story. But anyway, I don't want to go down this conspiratorial thing.
Oh, I know. It's like I get real armchair psychologist when I think about like Jordan Peterson, and now I'm like, okay, no, I shouldn't. You're right.
But I mean, come on, he's such a character, that guy, that I'm not gonna put anything past him.
He's just so creative.
Yeah, he likes to play fast and loose with the truth a little bit, that guy.
I know. I always think about that Joe Rogan clip with like the apple cider vinegar.
Okay. I mean, and this is like, it's so funny that it's so confusing that so many like young guys, like this is their dad who's gonna teach them how to be tough, and he has a month-long meltdown from drinking apple juice. Come on.
And he just like every time I hear him talk, he just sounds like so frail. Like I feel like I could just like blow him over.
People always compare him to Zizek, and I'm like, Zizek is fun though. Like if Zizek,
he's sturdy,
Yeah, he's sturdy.
They're
He's sturdy. You have a harder time pushing him over, I think.
They're opposites. They're like a yin yang.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna say, speaking of like frail men, this is kind of like part of the reason why I wanted to call in to talk today.
Let's hear it.
So, especially because with today's video about Mike Walsh and of the previous one where he was talking about why like the issue with the police is too many female cops.
Oh yeah.
This got me thinking, and I was like, I've decided like in my mind and in my heart, like I want to fight everyone at the Daily Wire. Okay?
Oh.
And so I've in my mind I've pictured Mike Walsh to be like the first round, like the easiest one to go. And so I want to hear your take, like who would win in a fight, me or Matt Walsh?
Well, first of all, I was gonna say you've already started bullying him by you called him Mike Walsh twice.
Oh my
Hey,
god, I don't even know his name.
What's your you go up to him like, what's your name, Mike? And he's like, it's actually Matt. Yeah, whatever, Mike. And then you grab his hand and you start making him punch himself.
This is why I put him as the first, because I thought he is the chummiest chum,
So you heard it here. M is putting it out there. She would like to fight everyone at the Daily Wire. This is, you know, I've talked to you many times, and you sound so sweet and unassuming, but you're ready to just kind of like, you're ready to just kind of beat somebody up, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's like it's a very suppressed rage, you know?
Right.
Like I'm just kind of like, "Hey, it's all good, it's fine." And I'm like, "But I swear to God, if you're from the Daily Wire, you know, like it's going we're going to throw down."
You're like
and think about it. We could make this a whole pay-per-view thing.
Oh, I
You
like
know,
this. Like the
Jake
Jake
Logan
Paul.
Exactly.
You're like, I like that you have a lot of pent up rage. You're like a Diet Coke with a bunch of Mentos in it, and then somebody put the cap back on.
Ooh, yes. Yeah, the Mentos would be the Daily Wire crew, you know, I'm just sitting there waiting, you know?
Ooh.
Otherwise, I'm innocent, you know? I'm sugar-free.
Can I be like the Don King or whatever that guy's name was, where I come out and I'm like you're the person who is on the side of the ring, and I'm like, she is undefeatable, she is invincible, she will end your life, Daily Wire. Like I'll just be like, like hype manning you up.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Like this is a requirement. Like
Yes,
I
yes.
couldn't do this without this.
She seems nice, but she will put your head in a vice. Like stuff like that. All right, cool.
We got it.
M, I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Flushing toilets.
Flushing toilets. Bye-bye. Such a nice voice for such a violent person. From Jacob in the chat, Peterson is compassionate to incels in a way that he isn't for any other group. When it comes to feminists or BLM, he thinks they should clean their room, but he feels that we need to coddle incels. Yeah, because he knows who his audience is. I want to see Anna Kasparian beat up the Wire crew. She seems actually, ironically, kind of wiry. You know, like she can move pretty fast and has some muscle. I made the mistake of watching the Tim Toilet IRL stream tonight. His solution to crime in NYC is everyone carrying guns. I love that guy puts literally zero. I mean, I've watched so much of that guy's show, Tim Pool, and he puts zero effort into that thing. I mean, no research. It doesn't seem like he's ever read a book or read anything besides like a quick article about anything political or historical. It's flabbergasting. It's amazing. It's a dichotomy. I don't even know what that means.
Like a stick track?
Hold on.
Hold on. It's the technical difficulties portion.
We got Donovan. We got Donovan. He's on the line. He's on the line.
Let's go.
Donovan, how are you?
I'm good. Now, you know how technical difficulties is the name of the game here?
Oh, yeah.
There is a very real chance that my PC could just crash at any second right now, and if that happens, say a little prayer and say bye-bye.
Oh.
But I have a Dave Ramsey story.
Yes, please, let's hear it.
So, in my school, for freshmen at 9th grade in high school...
Here we go.
There's a required class. It was called Freshman Seminar, and it was supposed to be like a life skills / like study class. And we had a whole finance section of the class, quote unquote finance.
Of
and
course
this
you
section
did,
of the class was just watching this like course that Dave Ramsey did with his daughter.
Oh God.
It was pretty good. And I remember making fun of him and thinking he was just this funny guy. And then I get home and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And I look him up and he's got this whole media empire I was just completely unaware of. And
I
was
love
like,
the
"Oh."
idea of like a teacher just like flips on a Dave Ramsey thing and is like, I'm gonna go run some errands. Let these rats watch this Dave Ramsey thing.
And the advice, it was all like the classics, just like don't be in debt. Don't get a credit card. Get a debit card. Get a credit card instead.
It is like, it's basically like, I'm gonna start a VIP thing on my website, and it'll be like life skills from or Brownie, and all the advice will be like, drink water.
It's
Go
incredible, yeah.
Go exercise.
It's such a scam.
It's such a scam that's literally, and I don't know if you watch any of my videos, but he's the last person that should be giving financial advice.
Yeah.
He's literally, there's that old saying of like, the people who sold shovels to the gold diggers made more money than the people who were digging for gold, and that's exactly what he does. He tried to make a bunch of money doing real estate. It was an absolute failure. It almost ruined his marriage, according to what I read from his fans. It was a total disaster. And then he said, I'm going to teach people how to make money and manage their money, after I did the exact opposite through the 80s or whatever.
I remember the exact video where I realized he was a maniac. Was like, I look him up and I just turned on some lecture he did, and he was like, God told me I had to do this. This is God's doing. And I thank God every day. Absolutely. I do things the Christian way. I do them like Jesus or whatever.
He absolutely is Steve Martin in that fucking Leap of Faith movie. He's just a total like snake oil, like phony baloney. And I feel like if it were one of those movies from the 90s, like God comes to him and he's like, Dave, you've been doing scams off my name. And like he has this experience and he gives away all his money. He realizes what he's been doing is disgusting. But you know, here's the thing though. Like if he were to just do that, he's like scamming a bunch of people with this like phony baloney religious stuff and these like this obvious financial advice that you can find basically anywhere for free. If he was just doing that, it's like, okay, you found a little grift, go ahead, whatever. But it's all this like forcing the employees to not wear masks, acting like a little dictator, you know, weaseling into their personal lives and all this stuff. That kind of makes me sick.
Yeah, that's the scary stuff. That's the not don't get a credit card.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get a credit card is fine, but then it's like, also, if when you're employed for me, you don't wear a mask and I get to spit in your mouth because I'm the dictator.
Grab you by the neck and roll you around.
He's one of those guys that thinks, and this is a mentality, this is like a state of mind that I've come across in my whatever years on this planet, is like, there are people who really believe if they have some money that they're like ordained by God to like tell people.
I made all of this myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
They think of themselves as like, now they're allowed to basically like tell other, you know, all rules of society go out the window for a lot of these people. And it's pretty disgusting. And he's kind of like the poster boy for that stuff.
What do you think is like the dumbest, way too expensive thing Dave Ramsey has ever bought?
I guarantee he's got like
I bet I wouldn't
be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if you like heard if you like you just hear like a rumbling in Tennessee, you know, in Nashville or whatever. You're like eating your food and you hear like an earthquake basically happens, and Dave Ramsey rolls through in like a monster truck or something.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say an elephant that he.
Dave Ramsey rolls through like the town square on an elephant. I could see that too. He somehow has like manservants. Donovan, I think you're a mic broke, so you're getting flushed. Bye. Yeah, Dave Ramsey lives in Nashville, and he's transported on an elephant, and he pays people to fan him while he wanders around town on an elephant. Holy moly, guys. That guy truly is the worst. Truly is one of the worst characters. Let's talk to a few more people on the program tonight. Ernesto, are you there?
You picked Mary Kate.
Wait a second. Whoops. Sorry, Mary Kate. I thought you were Ernesto.
Do you want to go back and pick Ernesto first?
Mary Kate, I prefer Ernesto. No, I'm just kidding. Of course I want to talk to you, Mary Kate. Mary Kate, let me just say this. One of the classic characters on this program, and everybody loves Mary Kate, and we're proud to have you as a part of this program. How are you and what's going on?
I am still dying, if you're interested in that update.
Oh, Mary
yeah, I
Kate, you're in
know.
the hospital?
I did have a procedure today, but I'm not in the hospital. I just have been vomiting all day, but it's fine. I'll
Ooh.
figure it out
Oof.
but anyways,
Jeez.
something that made my day significantly better was going to the 45-second timestamp in your video today and just watching it over and over.
What is it? Oh no, what is it?
That is the part, unless you would like to look it up right now.
No,
That is
no.
when you hear, because okay, Matt Walsh. I really don't like Matt Walsh. Okay, I'm always complaining about him.
Mhm.
And that like little like heavy country song that he has bang in there at the beginning of his program.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! I loved seeing you vibe to that. Like that's exactly what that song was meant to do. You know that song that was meant to be played at like some super crazy country party in the South, not on Matt Walsh's desk. You know what a
Yeah, I
sad...
love that. I love that. It's this sort of like it's just some like dork sitting at a desk by himself in like some like fake set that looks like a den. Time to look at a guy who's just sitting there and talking in a monotone, boring way. You know what I mean?
the intense, build up for this guy who has the charisma of a peanut. It's so fun. And I was just I was wondering, do you dance? Like, have you ever done dance in your life? Because I mean, those were some pretty sweet moves.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the way I was gyrating around like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen like I don't know if you've seen any of these like choreography type videos online. I taught I used to teach that kind of stuff. Like hip hop dancing. I teach a lot of that stuff. Chris Brown type stuff. I do that. I teach people that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm really
Wow.
good. I'm really good.
Yeah, like you can just see the elegance and the fluidity with your movement. It's great.
What's going on with my dance is that it's actually like, it's so good that it kind of looks awkward to normal viewers, but it's actually people just watching who don't understand dance in the classical sense. They just can't kind of see what I'm actually doing, so it just looks like I'm awkward and nervous and look like an absolute doofus, It's just because, they don't have a trained eye in dance, you know what I mean?
It's like people who don't understand different genres of art, and like they see like a Monet and they're like, oh, that's terrible. Okay, you know what I mean? They don't know what you're talking about. They don't have like a cultured, trained, and well-exposed eye. And if you're bringing something new to people, that's intimidating.
Exactly. And I want to say to Yomi, the super chat, 1999, I hope everyone is having a great day. Just here to say hi and ask, ask you, Senor Brown, what is your favorite food? You hear that, Mary Kate? What's my favorite food?
Oh, what is your favorite food?
What is my favorite food?
I know it's a big one. Really,
that's a tough one. When people ask you that, it's like they're cornering you into a thing.
You can't take it back.
Oh, you can never. You know what? Like, I like anything with pesto on it. I know that's probably an obvious answer, but anything with pesto. I feel like pesto is like one of the heights of taste. You know what I mean?
So just like anything, you put pesto on it. Boom, favorite food.
Boom. Yeah. Maybe like what would you say? Maybe like some kind of a pesto pasta would be pretty good. You know what I mean? Not to get all Italia, not to get all Sopranos up in here, but that's what I have to say.
Yeah, you can't change the way that our culture's food tastes. I mean, that's just how it is. But
what?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, well, luckily, I mean, noodles are an easy thing to cook, so.
Well, Mary Kate, you got anything else you want to say, or should I flush you?
I've noticed you've gotten better with the music. Like you've had a little bit more planned out.
That's arguable.
you've been like sliding around on different ranges, and are you like a karaoke bar guy? Do you go to like karaoke parties?
I
You
love
karaoke guy?
I love karaoke, and I try. You know what though? I tried to do like I have a karaoke trick for anybody out there. Just pick a song where the person is not actually singing. Like it's better if somebody's just like talking. Do that, because I tried to do one. I tried to do "It's My Life." You know, the talk song that was covered by Gwen Stefani. And whoa boy, that was not a pretty sight, I'll tell you that. So I was just like, I'm from now on I do like like LCD sound system songs or something where the person is not actually singing. That's my
I
secret.
feel like you could go jazzy. Go down the jazz route a little bit.
Oh, I like that idea.
Okay. And final question, what is your go-to karaoke song?
It's a little embarrassing, but the one that I think like that I'm able to do the best is actually, as mentioned before, the one. Well, actually, I did "Life on Mars" by David Bowie. Might be my favorite.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah,
That's nice.
because in that case I can fake a British accent, and then it's kind of funny. So I would go with that. I would go with "Life on Mars" is an easy one.
It's more of a performance art piece than just a karaoke song at that point.
Beautifully put by Mary Kate. And Mary Kate, I will talk to you soon.
Alrighty. You have a lovely evening.
Bye-bye. Sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh, man. Look at Ernesto. Ernesto?
Ernesto, get on the program.
Ernesto.
Hey, Ernesto, you're on the program.
Ernesto.
Hello.
Hey, what up, dude?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
How are you? What's going on, Ernesto? And what do you got for us tonight on the stream?
Hello?
Hey, Ernesto, are you there?
Oh, okay. I can hear you now. I had to pause your stream. I was getting confused. It's actually
Get
my
that-
first time using Discord.
Get that tech in order, Ernesto. Get that tech right.
Yeah, I guess I share that with you being a boomer, no?
Yes, Boomer Crew, Boomer Posse up.
Oh, of course.
Well, what's going on, Ernesto?
Let's see. Oh, got a bit of a story for you.
Yes.
So imagine it is 2019, and it's your. Okay, basically, I had to take this like speech class, but for bio majors.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the speeches I had to give was like, "Oh, look up this new product that's in the market and give like a quick 2-3 minute summary of what it does and then how it can be a potentially good product." Okay.
What does this have to do with biology?
So
They're
the purpose of
getting
this-
these biology majors to pitch products? What's going on here, Ernesto?
Basically, it's so that one, to not make them like awkward people, because I can tell you I'm in the industry. There's some awkward fuckers.
There's some awkward ass biologists walking around here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in like labs. They got their white coats on and they're looking into microscopes and they're very afraid to talk to the person they have a crush on. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of tension.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. You're not wrong.
There's a lot of tension in those labs.
No, but the point of that class was to like gosh, now I'm blanking on what the purpose of that class was. basically it was just like to like improve your speaking skills and like your public speaking skills especially.
Okay.
Which is the whole reason of that pitching that product.
Right.
And a few people gave stuff that was like, oh, medicine for like schizophrenia or this and there.
Mm-hmm.
What I decided to do was I decided to talk about a toilet.
Ooh.
A smart toilet, if you believe it or not,
Well,
which had all
is
these,
that real?
like,
Does that exist?
No, it's legit. It
God.
has like these biometric sensors on the toilet or underneath the toilet seat.
Oh my
And
God.
it will like go off the pattern of like your tushy.
Oof. Hey, clean up the language.
And
Clean up the language.
yeah, sorry. My bad. Apologies.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
And it'll read out like certain what do you call it? Certain
Hello,
certain
Tushy.
readouts, which is like your if I remember correctly, one of them was like your blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Another one was, I believe, had something to relate to
you did
finding
this
early stages for colon cancer.
You did a speech on this? You did a talk on this? You were like, hey, there's a toilet that'll like take a little scan of your tuchus, and it'll spit back at you some data about this.
Exactly.
Wow. That's pretty good.
And
Did this speech go well, or were you shaking and then quaking?
A little shaken. Not as much quaking, but
okay. Well,
I
I've definitely
did have to do it twice though to get a better grade.
oh, you had to do it twice?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Ernesto, I'm sorry to hear that, and I will talk to you later.
Of course.
Bye bye. Good guy. He just wants to do a speech on toilets. I see one of our classic. Chippy, are you there? Chipford?
Yes.
Chip.
Chippy's in the house.
Chippy.
Yes.
Chippy. Chippy.
Yeah.
Chip.
What's up, Chippy? I mean, look at him. I started talking to myself.
You just said what up? You just said to me, "What up, Chippy? What
I
up,
know.
Chippy?" Do you live in some world where you just see your own face on everybody's face?
Yeah, I'm
You just
like
think
that vein.
It's a world
Chippy
of chips.
So vain.
What's going on, Chip?
Nothing much. I was actually talking to Davey Paxton,
Ooh.
and he's a character. Let's just say.
He's
I
something.
want to give a shout out to Emmy. She is currently in the waiting room. I just want to give her a shout out. So I just wanted to say that. And I have a couple of things I want to talk about.
Emmy seems like a real sweet person, right? Like I get that from the voice.
She is like, can I just tell you, if like Davey Paxton is like, he has made it to the next level of like whatever high he's in, Emmy is probably like equally.
Oh boy.
She's having a blast. That's all I can say.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, what do you got for us tonight, Chip?
So I wanted to actually recommend 2 movies.
Oh wait, before you say that, somebody's bringing up White Lines in the song White Lines in the chat. You know that song? White lines going through my mind. That's a classic. I just wanted to give a shout out to that chatter.
Awesome. I'm going to look it up.
Look it up. Take the advice from the old man who's like, "Oh, we used to listen to these songs when I was your age, Chippy." And like, go do that, okay? Well, sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt, Chippy. What do you got?
You're good. So first of all, I actually wanted to talk about dreams. So I have been having like really vivid dreams since COVID started. And probably one of the most interesting ones was a dream that I kind of shared with my mom. We both kind of dreamed about a similar scenario, which was kind of weird.
Oof.
And in my dream, I was dating this guy that the one thing I can remember is that he had like reddish brown hair. And all I remember from the dream is that we were having problems, right? It was drama.
This is something
And
I have a
then my
lot of problems
mom, I tell her about the dream and she's like, that's weird because I had a dream where you were engaged to a guy who had like reddish brown hair and you were having problems with his family. And I was like, okay.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know what's going on. But at
Ooh.
least I can say that dreams have gotten more vivid for me.
Oh, what? This is weird. What if there were like this weird like dream space that you could enter, and it's like another reality, but only your mom could get in there? That would be it's kind of a disappointment for me, to be honest.
mean, yeah. Oh, I love that. Chris Wilson said she shared a man with her mom.
That's where I thought you were gonna take it. Like she's like, I had a dream that I
No.
was dating the same boy.
No,
Ooh.
that'd be gross. And so I also wanted to recommend 2 movies.
Yes.
One is a comedy that is gonna make everybody cry. I even
Let's-
think like Ben Shapiro would cry to this movie. Like,
Let's hear
this
it.
is how great. It's called Live Twice, Love Once. In Spanish is Vivir Dos Veces, and it's on Netflix. I recommend it. You're gonna cry like a bitch and laugh like a bitch. Both at once. It's really good.
What's it called again? Live today, die tomorrow?
No, Live
Say-
Twice, Love Once.
Live twice, love
Boomer.
once. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's on
then-
Netflix, you said.
Yeah, on Netflix. And then this other one is also on Netflix, is an Irish movie. It's called Black 47. I don't know if you've seen it.
Black 47. No, never heard of it.
It's awesome. It's with one of the main characters is V from Vendetta.
The guy who played that?
Yeah, the guy who played V.
Didn't that guy have a mask on the whole time?
Yeah, I'm talking about the actor.
Gotcha. Gotcha. He's
Not
just
V.
he's just
Not
wear-
V, literally.
he's just wearing the anonymous mask. That would be weird.
Yeah, in the movie is set on like Ireland during the potato famine.
This sounds really familiar. I think I've been meaning to watch this.
Yeah, it's actually really good. It's so you have to watch it with subtitles because they're talking about a lot of the Irish people are talking in Celtic, not in English. So it's really interesting. To me, it was kind of like eye-opening because 1, I like learned about the famine. 2, I was like, wait a minute, they talk another language. And yeah, I once again learned that the British sucked.
They're
Not
not very
today. Some of them are great, but
Some of them
they
are
weren't
great,
great.
but in general, not the best history on those people.
No.
Nope. Nope. Canceled. That whole country canceled. I say.
Yeah, I guess so. And
Let's cancel 'em.
I guess before you like fully flush me, I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to see if you could give me some relationship advice.
Let's hear it. I'm definitely the one to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like struggling to find a man and I need help. So I thought, why not RM?
Have you
What's the
thought
worst that
of
can happen?
Have you thought of posting? Have you ever seen those like flyers where it's like you can rip off a number? You know, it's usually somebody like, why don't you put a picture and go, I'm Chippy, and yes or no, and then they could just pull off yes and it has your phone number. What about that?
Oh my god. Just post that all through my university.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah. Will you date me? And then they can rip off your phone number.
I mean, what else do I have to lose? I mean, the last time I was on, I went to the what's it called? The everyone's scared thread, and I was like, guys, look, I'm like blue shoed to the max. I need a boyfriend, and nobody answered
Everyone's
really
scared.
my request.
Have you you don't seem shy. Do you're in school? Do you like roll up on these dudes and you're like, "Hey, take me to get sushi. Hey, take me to get bubble tea." You don't say that because I'm sure they would.
No, I think I sound more confident through here than I would be in real life.
Okay, will you do this? Will you do this and report back? Go up to a boy and say, "Take me to get bubble tea."
I'll like stream it on the General Muscular chat. I'll
Yes.
just record myself doing it.
You know what's happening now is that this is going to be a recurring segment on the show for in ad turnum. Is you going up to guys and demanding that they take you on a date?
Oh my god, am I gonna become like the gun girl?
Yes.
But like for men?
No, they're gonna call you the date girl, the Kent State date girl. Yeah, will you report back? Try some of these maneuvers on these guys, and then let us know what happens next
Oh
time.
my god, you know what I'm gonna do? So I live near DC. I'm gonna go to the street where all the lobbyists are and just start asking them out.
Be like, you're lobbying people in Congress, and I'm lobbying you.
Right?
I'm lobbying you for a date.
For love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Very good. All right, Chippy.
All
Yeah,
right.
you got to keep us posted on what happens with this.
I'll do so, but I just want to say I love you and have a good night.
Love you, Chippy. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
That is what we call a classic character on the program. And guys, I think you know about what time it is. I hate that one. Actually, I hate that song. I gotta take that off the. I kind of hate this one too.
Thank you. Thank you. What are these songs? Well, everybody, thank you for joining the program. Thank you for joining the program today, and a big shout out.
A big shout out to all the sponsors, the producers of the show. We're gonna give them more love in the future. And thank you for watching.
Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.